morning. Welcome to day 41 of the 100 Day Project. This is day 40. Video is up and you're free to go watch it if you like. It's the very first time I've made an accordion book itself. I've always worked in pre-made accordions, but I gave it a try and we made this accordion book yesterday. Now, there is one thing I want to cover real quick before we go on to today's video. If you recall in yesterday's video, there was a part where I put the pages together. Let me show you. I had two sheets like this. Now, if you haven't seen this, this means nothing to you. Go back and watch that video or speed up. This is just for those people that watched yesterday's video right now. I had two pieces like this and I've seated them together and glued them to continue my accordion. But when I came to connecting my other two pieces that I had already pre-done before the video started because I was preparing, I was under the assumption that I had to glue them back to back like that because I couldn't slip them in without losing a page. And before I turned the video on for that section, I thought that I turned this page every which way trying to fit it in neatly like this one. Well, for some reason I didn't catch it. It didn't go in smoothly for me. So this morning I read a couple of comments real quick before I came up here to get started, and a lady had left a comment. This is from Anne Ingrid, and excuse me if I mess up your name, Hellick. She said, to try not to lose a page when gluing two sections, try flipping one of the sheets. That might work. And I thought, well, I did flip all the sheets. I know I did. So I thought, I'm gonna go recreate, because I know some of you guys out there already do a lot of paper products and books and things like that, and you probably know a lot more than I do. So I thought, okay, she's got a point. Let's go recreate what I did yesterday. So I did. I had two sheets of paper. I made my two sections. I butted them together. I didn't glue them. I'm just pretending because I didn't want to glue them together today. And this is what I started the video with, one of these. And then in the video, I created these two and I glued them together like this. And then I went to try to glue these two and it's like, this won't fit. And I tried everything. Well, today I flipped it. And it fits right in just like a glove. It's just so perfect. So flip your page before you try to attach them. The other way did work. Admittedly, it does work. But this is so much nicer and better and easier. And I'm so thankful to Anne. Thank you, Anne, for posting your comment, because it's the little simple things that sometimes help make things easier. And although I thought I had tried every which way, apparently I did not. So you made me second think it again, and you made me come back, and you made me recreate. You didn't make me, but I recreated my little scenario from yesterday, and I see that by flipping the page, it works perfectly. First time. I mean, I didn't struggle or anything. So I just missed it yesterday. I guess I was just a little bit, I don't know, distracted by trying to create and learn at the same time, because I'd never made one before. So thank you for that comment. See, that's why I love some of the comments that you guys leave. You help me learn, and you help others learn. It just makes things easier for the next time. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, hello, let's get on to day 41. Okay, for day 41, I had mentioned the other day when we did Lucinda, the little box art girl, that I created these around the same time using the leftover box parts. I think I'm incorrect. I might have used a couple of the box parts, but I think what I used was scraps. And so these were sitting here and I was thinking this morning, what am I gonna do? I don't really wanna do another accordion book today. So I went through my little scrap bin here. I pulled this little thing out and I just started sorting through and looking, because I know when I was looking for scraps for Lucinda, I name her that, so that's why I keep saying Lucinda. I saw a bunch of little pieces that would look so cute on something like this, and I already had these sitting here because I showed them to you. So that's what we're gonna do today. They're mixed media art panels, and they're 2.5 by 3. It's a pack of 5. I don't know if I'll do 5, but we're gonna play with them. And we're just gonna start taking scraps of paper and put them down and see what we can come up with, because I just think these are cute. So I'm gonna go through and get some of my little scraps together that I think would be inspirational or cute on here, and then I'll come back and we will glue a bunch on together. I'll do that in fast so that you can just watch the process. It's like I always do, just gluing scraps on a substrate, and then we will go from there. I'm gonna go ahead and open this and I'm gonna lay them out. That reminds me of a little video somebody made years and years ago. A little hamster, he would say, I'm gonna knock your punk blank out. I laugh every time I think about it. I'm gonna lay your punk scraps out. And then I'm gonna take my scraps and I'm gonna audition them and see what I might like on my canvases. Just so you guys know, if you are playing along, if you happen to have these art canvases, or cut out some paper, cut them out at 2.5 by 3. It's almost an ATC size, but not quite. I've got pieces out that inspired me. I'm gonna take all the pieces that inspire me and put them in a pile over here, and take the rest of it, put it in the box, put it over here for later. Then I'm gonna get out a few paint colors and just paint the canvases, and I'll come back and do that with you guys. And then I'll start putting down paper and trying to build a little story or scene or something with the papers that inspire me. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take some gesso, and I'm gonna put the gesso down on the canvas. I don't like the coating on this canvas, so I'm gonna give it a little coating, and while I'm coating it with the gesso, I'm gonna put a little color of paint in it. So it's got a little color, but not complete full color. It's mixed with a little white. This is just Liquitex gesso, and I have Razzleberry Americana, I have Sea Breeze, I have Spa Blue, Melon, and then Deco Art Citrus Green. We'll just have 5 different colors of canvas, and it may turn out they don't look at all like the color I put down. I just want a starting point. See how it's muting the color down? Because it's mixing it with the white. I'm not even trying to make this really neat because I don't think it matters. I just want a starting point. Okay, so there's one, and then I'm going to do the others the same way. Okay, we've got all of our little canvases painted. I'm gonna let these dry a little bit, and then we will move on to the next step, which is start putting down some scraps. Okay, we're gonna start with our first canvas, and I went through my paper stacks over there, and one of the papers reminded me of bird beaks, and of course I'm very influenced by this one here, so it wasn't hard to find a bird. But the other day I saw a bird here, and I want to use it, so I pulled it out as an inspiration, and then as I was going along I saw these, which look like beaks to me, and then I found this and this, which I don't know, I just liked, and this. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to glue down all this stuff, and I'm going to use matte medium. I knew I had another little bird somewhere. I found it laying on my table here, stuck in the white. I didn't notice it, so I'm going to put that on here. Now we got 2 little birds and a big bird. So depending on your mood, that's either a big bird coming to eat the little birds, or she's feeding her babies. Yesterday, she's been a monster bird. Today, she's feeding her babies. All right, so then I'm gonna just tear this off. I'm gonna set this aside and let it keep drying, and we're gonna do another one. Let's go to this one next. And I pulled these out from my little stash up there. This just helps smooth out the wrinkles a little bit if you need to, or seal it down a little bit. Don't push too hard or you're gonna wind up tearing some of the paper, depending on the paper you're using. So we got 2. Okay, let's find another one. Okay, let's work on this one. So there's another one. I've got another little piece, and it can be like this, or it can be like this, or like that. Ooh. Who knows? We'll see. Okay, this is the last one. I gotta get my papers together. I originally thought I would use these, but I don't think I'm loving this anymore. Okay, let me find something in my little pile over here. I've looked and looked and looked and looked and looked and didn't find anything I loved, but I came across these two pieces and I love these. I think that's really pretty. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but I think that's pretty. Okay, we have all of our little canvases fixed up with some sort of scrap. Who knows where we're going to go with this, but it'll be interesting to find out. Let me know if you're playing along. I'd be interested to know, even if you're just playing on paper. While the last few we did are drawing, I'm going to start playing around with this one. I'm going to play with the Neocolor 2 water-soluble crayons. I'm going to see if I like how they work on here. I really like this look. I just want it to be a little more vibrant. All I'm going to do is take the crayon and I'm going to find colors that are similar. I'm going to color in some of the areas that I want to bring out more vibrantly, and we'll see what happens. And if it doesn't suit me, I'll bring in paint. Okay, I don't really like the watercolor effect with those crayons. It's not bringing it out vibrant enough for me, so I'm gonna switch over to paint. Okay, so this has had a chance to dry, and I think on these other ones I went around with a black pen, but on this one I'm going to use a Faber Castell Pitt artist pen, and this is raw umber. And the reason I want to use this is because it's easy to wipe back as you go around. So if you just go around and just wipe it with your finger, you can kind of blend it in. The other thing I want to do is push back the background some. I kind of splotched it up with some water and I like it, but I want a little bit of a lighter color on there, like a white. Let's go with wicker white. It's going to take a little brush and I'm going to put a little bit on the end of the brush. I'm going to kind of rub it around into the background. I'm leaving some exposed. Okay, I like that. So once this dries, this will not move under my matte medium or anything. It has to dry first though, because when you first put it on, you can move it around with your fingers a little bit. I might try it with black. Okay, so let me dry this and we'll put a varnish on it and see what it looks like. Okay, this is Liquitex Basics Gloss Varnish, and I'm just gonna put a coat on top of my piece here. There's our first one done. I think that it's done. I won't know until I do these other ones if I want to add a little word or a little bird at the bottom or dots or stripes or something else, but I think this is a good start. I'm going to stop the video here today because I need to quit, and tomorrow we'll come back and we'll work on the rest of these little cards. There you go. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for day 42. Bye-bye.